Let's suppose, if you ever get bitten by a snake, how would you save your life? Look, first of all, don't start sucking directly the venom, because if you suck it, it will spread faster. And if someone else is sucking, they will die along with you. So don't suck too much. If a snake bites you, first stay calm. Don't get too upset. If you panic, it will reach the heart faster. Stay calm. With the venom, wash the area where you were bitten with clean water. And if you have soap, apply it as well. Then, tie a cloth above the area where you were bitten, but don't make it too tight. Keep it a bit loose. Try to keep the area where you were bitten hanging downwards. To slow down the spread of the venom, quickly call an ambulance. Try to remember the appearance of the snake that bit you, and also remember the time of the bite so they can treat you properly. If you do all this, you might save your life. And that's why after spending a long time in the pool, your eyes turn red. Because look, what happens is that a chemical called chlorine is added to the pool. But the eyes don't turn red because of that. Now I'll tell you why this happens. You'll stop going to the pool. This chemical called chlorine is added because it consumes all the harmful bacteria and viruses. And it keeps the water clean, preventing us from getting infected. But some great men, wise warriors, forget it. These people urinate in the pool. Now, they have urinated, but their urine mixes with the chlorine and forms chloramine, which causes a slight infection in our eyes and makes them red.
Today we will talk about the banana. Since it has no seeds, how does it grow? Don't think it's like a wild grass that grows anywhere. Although it is a grass. Not completely. So, is it a banana tree? Yes, but only in name because it has no wood, and your mind must be confused about what a banana really is. Look, a banana is simply a banana. I mean, it's plant, and there is another type of banana. The wild banana, which has seeds, although it is usually not eaten. And the one we eat has those small dots, which are the seeds. But the banana plant also reproduces, as if this were the father of the banana, and these, its children. And when they grow, more children will emerge from their sides, and the grandfather will die.
If you see this thing rolling down the road, never try to stop it, because when a worker tried to stop it, he ended up crushed. It is a steel roll that weighs more than 10 tons. So, when they are transported, they are a walking death, and a mistake can cost the driver's life. If a worker crosses while opening the seal, he will not survive.
Watching this ninja technique of building wooden houses in Japan brings peace to my soul. This technique is called sashimano. In this technique, no metal nails or screws are used to join the wood. Instead, notches are created in the wood, and they fit into each other. Furniture made with this technique holds up well, and if something gets damaged, the joint can be easily removed and replaced without any issues. Doing it requires a lot of effort and time in detail. Quickly, when the snake attacks, the cat often manages to escape. What's the secret? It's the cat's lightning-fast reflexes. When the snake is close to the cat's face, instead of backing away, the cat watches it. When the snake attacks the cat, it pulls back and delivers a strike. Since the snake's reaction time is about 70 milliseconds, while the cat's is only 20 milliseconds. That's why this cat has so much. This is the hammerhead worm, a type of flatworm. It's an innocent creature that if you see it in your home, you should kill it immediately. 2. Scientists say this because these names kill the meaning, which harms our entire ecosystem. But according to me, this poor innocent should not be killed, but should be cut into pieces, which is absolutely the wrong way, because this will double the one. If you divide it into 10 parts, it will regenerate and become 10 new vases. Therefore, do not eat it without touching it. In a jar, add salt or vinegar to it, because it is poisonous. Instead, keep it in the freezer. It will dissolve on its own in 23 days. But who wants to deal with that stress? Honestly, I think no animal should be killed without a reason. What if tomorrow scientists change their theory and find out that this was the most important animal for the environment? This is the sharpest knife in the world, which cuts dirtier than girls, because it is 10 times sharper than a blade of a razor and cuts leather as if it were butter. Moreover, with this, you can even split a single cell into 2 parts. Therefore, if it cuts your hand, you might not even realize it until the hand is completely severed. Because a surgical blade has no respect compared to this. But don't worry, because it is so sharp, it is not very durable. It is made from volcanic lava. When the lava comes out and cools rapidly, it turns into volcanic glass, known as obsidian, and then it is broken to make this obsidian knife.
Have you ever really wondered why you feel dizzy when traveling by car? It started after getting into the car. Yes, the problem is with your car. But that's not the case. When we sit in the car and it is moving, our eyes see inside the car and think the car is stationary, but our ears do not perceive it that way. Why? Because inside the ear there is a liquid that moves according to the motion. So, when the car is in motion, That liquid will also move according to the movement. Now, the signals from the eyes and ears go to the brain. Eyes say the car is not moving. Ears say it is. We say it is not moving. Say, we say it is. It is moving. You ignore. We say it isn't moving. Yes, it is moving. Different signals arrive, right? The brain thinks that maybe something toxic or strange has entered the body. The brain induces vomiting.
The batty whale can swallow you. The enormous size of the whale has surely made you wonder at some point if you could come back. Safe and sound out the back door of the whale. If a baleen whale like the Mississippi whale wanted to expel you, you couldn't fit into its 15-inch diameter esophagus, and it would throw you out its mouth. So far, several divers have returned from the mouth of this whale, but if a toothed whale like the sperm whale catches you, it will chew you up with its teeth. Let me tell you that if you're lucky, because of the size of its face, if it swallows you without chewing, then the journey will begin. The journey from death will begin here. You fall into the first compartment of the stomach through its digestive tract. Here, muscles contract. Break it down by sending it to the main stomach. The digestive juices here dissolve parts of your body with hydrochloric acid. Now, with your body dissolved, it will be digested in 2 spaces and come out as waste in 10 to 15 hours. Some claim to have come back from a whale's stomach. Technically, it's not possible.
When you get on the plane, turn on airplane mode. When a plane is flying, it connects to signal towers and the airport below. People on the ground inform the pilot that there will be clouds in 5 minutes, so he needs to fly above them. Then, they tell him to turn, to avoid them. They guide him. If someone doesn't turn on airplane mode, their phone will search for a connection with towers. Since the plane flies fast, the phone will search for a signal quickly. The mobile waves, it will interrupt the pilot's signals, preventing him from receiving communication, and the plane could crash.
If you somehow removed all the blood vessels from your body and laid them all out, you might actually think they would be about this incredibly long. In fact, but the human body has thousands of these small vessels that intertwine in every part of the body. And when you combine them all, if you started in New York, your blood vessels would reach all the way to the Grand Canyon. It would cross the entire Pacific Ocean, over Japan, Asia, and all of Europe. And not only that, it would return to your starting point, but it could make this trip 2 to 4 times.